I'm Laura Black, and I work at Hampshire Fire Department where we are now. Firefighter paramedic. So I'm going through paramedic student now. So I'm a student, but I'm currently an EMT. I am a year along right now. So right out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be like somewhere in the medical field. Didn't know really where exact. So I was like, okay, I think EMT is a good place to start. So I just went straight into EMT school out of high school. And as I was in EMT school, this guy named Brian Thompson, he's at ECC. He's like the guy that controls it all in the background for me. He's awesome. He comes into class one day and he goes, hey, like all you EMTs, if you're looking to be a firefighter one day, I have this awesome internship for you guys to take an opportunity of. All you have to do is sign up and get an interview, and you guys can possibly get like a second interview and get sponsored to go through the fire academy. I was on the fence about that. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready yet because I'm still 18, 19. I was like, I don't know, like maybe. Still figuring it out for sure. So on the day of our EMT final, I signed up and I was like, okay, I think I'll do the interview. So within the next 20 minutes, I was in an interview with chiefs for Hampshire and Burlington. I went in with like ripped jeans and a Clemson hoodie, like complete, not even dressed for an interview like you really should be. But I went in fully honest and was like, okay, I'm gonna give it my shot, give it my all. And next thing I know, I got a call back the next day saying, hey, they want you out of like other people, so if you want it, you can take it and they'll sponsor you through the academy. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good, let's do it. So from there on, I started the academy and I worked at Hampshire as an intern, wasn't paid for a couple months. And then as time went on, I got out of the academy, got actual BOF certified. I was EMT as well, so they said, hey, once you turn 21, you can actually like start working and making money. And I was like, really developed a love for it after that. So here I am now going through paramedic school too. Honestly, without this opportunity to meet the chiefs and get where I am now, I don't know where I'd be, honestly. It was one of those moments of, I'm gonna go after it and see what happens, and then I just kept doing what I needed to do and got my schoolwork all in line, and it led me to the station, and from there on, I just loved it. I loved the whole family aspect of it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I definitely wanna do. I found a love for it, so it definitely got me where I am today. Honestly, I had nothing really related or no one related to the fire service, so I didn't really get into that, I don't know what you would call it, like whatever people like say, hey, like that's a male-dominated like career. You probably shouldn't go for it. If you are, like you're gonna have people looking at you strange or, you know, maybe commenting on you strange. But I honestly didn't think about it like that. I just knew like, I think if you're strong enough and mentally strong enough and you kind of like prove it, they'll all see it, you know. It's not one of those things like, oh, I'm a woman, they already know something about me, like they already have that vision. No, it's not like that at all. They're all accepting, and as long as you're hardworking and you show that you love the job and you want to be here every day, day in and day out, it doesn't even come off like that one bit, and that's what I loved about it. And I got more into it, and people started saying that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about it like that, but it definitely takes a certain girl, I guess you could say, because it's hard work, you know. You get dirty and you have to lift heavy and keep up with very strong guys. But for sure, it's like you all develop a love for it and you gotta have the strength for sure. I'm glad I took it for sure. It got me where I am now, where I am today, and I love it. And it also like helps me pay because this is a very expensive career. Schooling, because it's continuing education over the years. Like that's the only way you get higher rank is if you keep going through school. And it helps me pay through school. And you know, I have like teachers and Brian Thompson, they come up and they call me, they email me, make sure I'm doing okay, like what do I need? Like it's very helpful, and they help pay for your books, they make sure you're in the right step, in the right direction, they make sure you need to go where you need to go. And without that guidance, I really don't know where I'd be. Probably still in EMT, trying to find a job for sure. There's a lot of things that make it rewarding, honestly. Like I said, one, they help me pay for it, and it's very expensive. And yeah, my parents pay for my college, but getting that half that tuition back, as well as making good grades, and kind of, it's like a reward itself. Like, hey, you're doing a good job, so here's like half your tuition back. You know, it helps you pay. Another part of it was definitely having this family aspect here. I wouldn't have met the people I have today. They're like my family for sure. And they all look out for each other, and it's like a home. It's my second home. I love it here. Like, I can work out, I sleep, I eat. Like, it's just something you don't find at a different job, you know? It's the best job in the world. It really is. You find lifelong friends, and it's awesome. I'm hopefully going to graduate with paramedic and be a firefighter paramedic, and if Hampshire allows, I'm going to test for full-time here. And with full-time, you get obviously more money, and you know, then from there I can focus on like future, as in like family, kids, and all of that. Being a firefighter is the best thing in the world. Kids love it. I love it. Yeah, get full-time somewhere, test somewhere. I've talked about it with the guys I work with here. I tell them what's going on and what I'm in right now, because they're asking how I get half the money back after a class. Like, they see like chief come up to me and say, hey, like, I have half your tuition for you, and they're like, how did you do that? And it's like, well, don't know, but made it work. So they see it, they wish they've done it, and they had the opportunity to when they went through. I tell my family about it, and they're super proud about it. My father, my mom, they're like, that's awesome. They appreciate it because they get half their money back for tuition. As for friends, I don't know. When I go through school, I tell people about it, but it's more of like, yeah, you should definitely check it out if they're doing it still, you know, because it's brand new. When I started, I was like one of the, you know, newer people starting it. And going through paramedic school right now, I definitely tell the guys about it. I'm like, hey, like, there's this program you guys can sign up for, and it helps you through all your classes, and people will help you go in the right direction, you know, they'll help you with your career. When I first started here, I definitely tell the guys, because when you first start in the fire service, they all ask you, like, why do you want to be a firefighter? You know, that's the big question, because they want to make sure you're motivated to be here. And I just tell them, like, you know, I'm very grateful for all the opportunities I've had and all the people who've got me where I am now, and I don't take it lightly. I make sure I do everything in my power to keep going and, you know, make those people proud and why they like help me get where I am today. It's a hard career to get into overall, whether you're a male or a female. It's very difficult, you know. And as long as you like get help along the way and you just show how appreciative you are, it just puts you in a humble position, and the guys see it, and it just puts a lot of trust in them and you, that you're like, okay, you want to be here and you want to work. For me, I was very young when I started, and an EMT, like, there's a bunch of other young kids as well, and I know they want to be in a fire department, and I still know some guys that haven't gotten that far yet, and they should definitely consider this program, because I at least love the work. And I know one other kid I went through school with, he's still here today. He's one of my best friends, but we're like, we show up for work and we work together, and it's fun, it's amazing, and I know he enjoys it. He loves the job now. Now he's at another department, but I'm just like, it's a good way for the youth to get their feet wet and their foot in the door when they don't know how or where to start exactly. Like, for me, an instance, I had no family in the fire service, so it was like hard to get into and not knowing where to go or where to start exactly. But it's a good way for like young people to get into this career and kind of get like a path to follow, you know, and have some good guidance. ECC is a huge role. I take all my classes there that help me learn and be in my career where I am now. It's not easy, for sure. There's a lot of schooling that needs to go into it, and it can be misleading at sometimes, but ECC plays a huge role. I started there, yes, I took EMT, but along with EMT, I was taking other fire science classes. That's what kind of like lit the fire for me. I was like, okay, I want to start here. But then, like, I'm always doing ECC stuff. So right now, the paramedic program is through ECC. We're just at the Sherman Hospital doing the class and doing all of our clinicals. they're behind the scenes, like that's all. Like I still go to the campus, you know, use their library, use all their resources. I sign up for classes there, and it's like, you know, they definitely helped me where I am, and they make sure I sign up and I have everything done and paid for, and that, you know, I'm good to go without, you know, any misleading information.